Oh, we passed through the granary region. What a beautiful view. Look, you can see a few steeples in the distance. That's Berea. Indeed, we should be there in roughly an hour now. We may yet arrive by noon after all.
Lord Eustace. Lord Eustace, welcome back to Berea.
It's a pleasure to see you again.
Amazing.
I can't believe all the station employees would abandon their duties to come and welcome him.
He's a real VIP.
I've returned here as a student of Thor's military academy to conduct a field study. I believe you were informed that this manner of excessive welcome is neither necessary nor desired, were you not? Well, yes, but...
You're a child of the El Berea household. If anything, we should be apologizing for not giving you an even greater welcome. Please, allow me to carry your luggage.
We would be honored to carry the belongings of your classmates as well.
That won't be necessary.
Huh?
Lord Rufus?
Rufus?
What?
My beloved brother, it's a pleasure to see you again. To think it's been 3 months. Where did the time go? I wasn't expecting to reunite with you so soon, but I'm delighted to have the opportunity.
As am I. You seem well.
I take it these are your fellow members of Class 7?
Yes, that's correct.
You know about us?
Of course. I've read all about you in my brother's letters. Where are my manners, though? My name is Rufus Alberea. Eustace is my younger brother. You needn't hide your shock. It would come as no surprise at all to learn that my brother has never once mentioned me. He is, after all, quite easily embarrassed.
That's not...
He's being toyed with.
I can hardly believe my ears. What happened to the arrogant young upstart we've come to know and mostly tolerate?
But I digress. This is no time for idle chatter. I came to escort you to your lodgings for the weekend.
Wait, you don't mean...
The car is parked outside. Welcome to the verdant city of Berea. I hope you enjoy your stay, ladies and gentlemen of Class 7.
I see. So the one responsible for selecting our tasks this time around was...
Indeed. I selected them on behalf of my father. Allow me to present you with this.
Received Phil's study envelope May.
Thank you.
It really is a fascinating coincidence. I never imagined my younger brother would become classmates with the son of Lord Schwarzer.
Huh? You know my father?
Certainly. Baron Theo Schwarzer is an old acquaintance of mine. Many years ago, I accompanied him to a falconry competition held in the suburbs of Heimdall. He taught me much about the practice and its etiquette. Why, that must have been 10 years ago now. Is he doing well these days?
Yes, he's quite well, and still just as fond of hunting as ever.
Splendid, splendid. And you must be the son of Governor Regnitz, no?
That's correct. I'm surprised you knew.
Indeed. I encounter him quite often when taking care of official matters in the capital. Though our positions may be different, he has given me excellent advice in the past. I feel it must be fate that you two would end up in my younger brother's class. Please do try and get along with him.
I will consider the possibility with an open mind.
Wonderful. And I would be remiss if I were not to acknowledge our two beautiful ladies. No doubt your presence brings a touch of elegance to my younger brother's academic life.
Oh, I'm honored you would say so.
It's nothing like that.
Can we please stop discussing me? And when you say lodgings, you can't possibly be referring to...
Need you even ask? Naturally, you'll all be staying at the Alberea family mansion.
But...
I jest. Father's instructions were that I should do with you as I wish. So, considering the circumstances of your visit, I've had a hotel room prepared. That way you'll be able to concentrate more easily on your field study, no?
Oh, thank you. I truly appreciate it.
I wonder what that was all about.
I'm afraid we'll need to end our charming repartee here, however. For I can see your hotel coming into view now.
Thank you for the escort. And thank you very much for arranging a hotel for us. We're truly grateful for your kindness. Oh, think nothing of it. Under ordinary circumstances, I would have invited you to a banquet this evening. But unfortunately, I have business I must attend to in Heimdall after we're finished here. In Heimdall? Will you be going by airship? Indeed, I am representing our father. Don't tell me you're going to be all lonely and blue without me. Surely you jest. Haha. He may not be a very affable person, but please, do try to extend your kindness to my brother. May the goddess' blessings be with you. I pray that your field study activities are fruitful. So, that was Rufus Alberea. I've heard rumors about him. They say he's the ace of the noble faction. Meeting him in person, it's easy to see where that reputation originated. He seemed like a rather charming person, projecting both intelligence and kindness. Yeah, he made a point of showing consideration for my dad too, even though he's a low-ranking noble. And he effortlessly thrust Eustace into the role of cute little brother. I would have preferred you not to have seen that. Though I must admit, I wasn't expecting him to leave Bereahard just as we arrived. How unfortunate. What do you mean? Nothing that concerns you. We should check in at the hotel and begin our work. But wait. Come on, let's go drop off our things. Yes, that sounds like a good idea, though the thought of actually staying in a hotel of this high class is kind of intimidating. Off we go. It is truly an honor that our humble establishment should have the opportunity to greet a member of the esteemed Dukes. Spare me the formalities. We came merely to drop off our belongings, after which point we will be leaving again immediately. Please show us to our rooms, as you wish. If you'll allow me to escort you to the western wing, then we've a fine suite prepared for you. We have individual rooms reserved for each of your classmates as well. Wait. I believe I told you before that we're here solely for our studies. This excessive hospitality is neither required nor appreciated. But, Lord Eustace, I must insist. Don't make me repeat myself. We require only 2 rooms, one for the boys and one for the girls. Will that be okay with you all? That works for me. It's more than enough. It's fine. Of course, we're students. We should be treated as such. We can finally start working on our field study task now, I think. Good, we've wasted more than enough time as it is. Now. Let's crack open that envelope, shall we? Alright, here goes. Aurochs Canyon Monster. A violent monster has been seen roving the Aurochs Canyon path, and the Croydon Provincial Army would like it eliminated. Monster Fate Spinner. Location atop a cliff partway along the Aurochs Canyon path. Once the monster has been exterminated, please report to the soldiers at Aurochsport. I'd like someone to help me find a particularly semi-precious stone. For more details, talk to me at Turner's Jewelers. The Voltaire family even bathes in style, using nothing but the most fabulous bath salts, which we're unfortunately running low on. Will someone procure them for us? If this strikes your fancy, find me on the terrace outside the Sorcier restaurant. One request from a noble, followed by one from an artisan. That should certainly keep things interesting. Yeah, they seem to have struck the perfect balance here. The monster one sounds irritating. What do they mean by report to Oryx Fort on this one? Oryx Fort sits on the opposite side of Oryx Canyon. It's a provincial army base originally built in the Middle Ages. The request must have come from there. Sounds like trouble to me. We should probably save that one for last, just to be on the safe side. I'd advise that regardless. The path through the canyon is long and treacherous. We should complete our other tasks before we venture out that way, lest we run out of time. Yes, let's do that. Fine by me. I have no objections either. Alright then, let's get started. I'm sure Elisa and the others are working hard on their own tasks as we speak, and we can't let them beat us. So, let's give this our all. Right. Okay. Of course. I give you my word. So, what you're saying is, any minute now. Indeed, we shouldn't have long to wait. Oh, it looks like he's with the customer right now. What should we do? Should we return later? Judging by the uniform, you're... Ah, and I see Lord Eustace is with you too. Welcome to our store. Have you come regarding the field study request? We have, but I ask that you please refrain from giving us any special treatment on my account. If our timing is inconvenient for you, we're quite amicable. We're quite amenable. Ugh. Just gonna start that whole sentence over again. If our timing is inconvenient for you, we're quite amenable to returning at a later hour. No, it's just the opposite, in fact. We were just discussing you, as it happens. Alright then. Wait, you were discussing us? Does that mean... Of course, if you'd allow me to explain. This is Bengt, a tourist currently staying here in Berehard. He's the one responsible for the request that brought you here. See, I'm going to be getting married in the near future, and I came here to inquire about having a wedding ring made. The artisans of Berehard are renowned far and wide for their skill with gem processing, so it seemed like the ideal choice. So you've made what I presume to be a substantial journey in search of the perfect ring. It's a wonderfully romantic thing to do, isn't it? There's no denying the quality of the jewels one can procure here, but they don't come cheap. That's exactly right, unfortunately. Buying one of the local gemstones on my income isn't very plausible. And a septium ring especially is out of the question. I quickly realized how impulsive I'd been and had almost given up. But then I consulted with Brooke here on whether or not I had any chance of finding a good deal, and he gave me a really good idea. Oh? That's right, a precious stone might just be out of his budget, but there are stones just as beautiful that are a whole lot cheaper. Semi-precious stones, if you will. The name's pretty self-explanatory. I suggested we make It rang for him using one, specifically a gem known as Dryad's Tear. I'm not familiar with that one. I think I may have heard of it, actually. It's made from a very particular tree sap that hardens like stone after being exposed to air for a long time, and it has a translucent shine to it that people say is easily the equal of septium. That's the one. I'm surprised you know so much about it. Guess you're an expert on jewels as well, huh? That's our Emma. It's just a personal interest of mine. So, does that mean the reason you called us here is... Exactly. I'd like you to go collect one of these Dryad's Tears for my client. Fortunately for you, many of the trees that the tears can be harvested from grow on the North Cruisin' Highway. But even though it only qualifies as semi-precious, it's still a pretty rare gem. So finding one might not be an easy task. Well, then I suppose we'll just have to buckle down and look. It may not be quite the challenge our dear friend here has made it out to be, you know? Huh? The innocent wood nymph's tear that you seek. How would you respond if I were to say that I saw one with my own eyes mere moments ago? Who's this guy? Do you know him, Eustace? I can't say I recall ever meeting him before, no. Haha, gracious, how terribly impolite of me not to introduce myself before speaking. My name is Baron Blueblanc. It's a true pleasure to make your acquaintance. So in French, his name is Blue White, I think, which is funny because that's what he's wearing. From painting, sculptures, and the finest of arts to the most delicately detailed crafts, I am a connoisseur and lover of beauty, craftsmanship, and artistry in all their many splendid forms. I see. Seems a little off-puttingly eccentric. But that's enough about myself. I hear you're seeking a Dryad's Tear. Yes, that's right. You say you saw one moments ago? Are you certain? My dear lady, I would never dream of lying about matters of beauty. I beheld the light which you seek on the northern highway, and of that I am most certain. And yet I must confess that my knowledge of the area is not so great that I would be able to share its exact location, though perhaps that's the way it should be. After all, a brilliant light has true meaning only when one grasps it with his own two hands. You don't say. Guy's manner of speech is irritating. So is the content of his words. Now, let's hear him out. Well, we're certainly appreciative for the information. May I ask why you're telling us all of this, though? Aha! Perhaps it's the spirit of inquisitiveness that drives you to seek a beauty mere Mira cannot buy. It moves me so, and being the generous man I am, I deign to extend an olive branch. Is that sufficient enough reason to you? Sure. Well, we'll know soon enough if he's telling the truth. Yes, we need to begin our search. We can choose to follow his lead, unspecific as it may be, or disregard it entirely. I think our chances are about equal either way. Well, we'll be leaving now. Hopefully you'll see us back soon enough with the Dryad's Tear in tow. Good luck. I appreciate it. Aha, good day to you. It's so pretty. I'd say this is it. Alright, let's see if we can remove it without causing any damage. You can see right through it. Its radiance truly is equal to septium, just as the rumor said. Yes, I'm certain this will make for an exquisite ring. Ha! I can hardly wait to see the expression on Bank's face when we show it to him. Although this does mean that Baron was telling the truth. Yeah, and we still have no idea why he went out of his way to tell us. But there's no point in worrying about that now. We got what we came for. Yep, time to go. Let's go give this to Bink then. That was the emblem of the Croizon province, was it? wasn't it? Are they part of the provincial army? I suspect they're members of a unit stationed in Keldic. They're likely on their way to rendezvous with the main unit in Berea Heart. Makes sense. I have never seen those vehicles accompanying them before, though. Reinford's latest model of light armor transport, from the looks of it. They lack the firepower of a tank, but make up for it with maneuverability. They must have spent a small fortune on those. You certainly seem to know a lot about them, Dee. Suppose so. Regardless, we have no reason to linger here. We should return to Berea Heart ourselves. Yeah, you're right. Ah, you're back. Is something wrong? Well, could you give us the item? Sure. Here. Thank you. What is taking so long? If you have what I asked for, hurry up and give it to me. Yes, of course, at once. What's going on? Honestly, we don't have all day. This is why you commoners never get anywhere in life. Here it is, my liege. The Dryad's tear was presented to the Count. So, this is what it looks like. I can confirm this is a genuine Dryad's tear. I imagine it will be a bit hard, but as it is nothing more than petrified sap, you should be able to consume it without worry. Consume? We had to have heard that wrong. Alright then. Chomp. Seriously? What are you doing? No, whoa. Here, my lord. Ah. Scum. How did this come about? What the hell do you think you're... Machias? You there, commoner. You might want to watch your tone when addressing someone of higher rank than yourself. Damn it, this isn't good. I shall be generous and let it pass this once. But you would do well to mind your manners in the future. If you were to truly anger me, your life could be cut short. Very short indeed. I think you're the one who ought to mind his manners. What was that? The Lord Eustace! Well, what are you doing in a place like this? That does not concern you. However, we went to great pains to find a Dryad's tear for that man there, and I am most interested in hearing what, exactly, made you feel you had the right to consume it. But Lord Eustace, I legally purchased that stone from him. I have done nothing improper here. Is what this man says true? Yes, it is. He agreed that he would give me a sum of mira in exchange for the tear. See, so that stone was my property, which meant I could do with it whatever I wished. Okay, but why would you want to eat it? Well, the Dryad's tear is used in Eastern herbal medicine, as it is said to possess a number of useful properties. Herbal medicine? A popular variety of alternative medicine practiced in the Eastern lands. What useful properties? Nutritional supplementation mostly, but there are those who believe it can also prevent the effects of aging. Prevent aging? Utterly ludicrous. Be that as it may, it is my prerogative, and now that the deed is done, I have no reason to remain here any longer. Lord Eustace, if you would permit it. Fine, please leave. I am deeply grateful. If you will excuse us then, we beg your pardon. I'm sorry for causing a scene. Ineffective at controlling your temper as ever, I see. Some things never change. No, I should be the one to apologize. I'm sorry for making you watch that without a word of explanation beforehand, especially after all the trouble you went through to get it for me. So, is it true? Did the Count purchase it from you? Oh, yes, that was completely true. Everything was on the level. Though honestly, considering he's a noble, and a count at that, I couldn't possibly have refused. The situation may be changing for the better in Heimdall overall, but deference to those of higher stature is still the reality in areas where the Chancellor's influence doesn't reach. I thought it might be something like that. As for the ring, I'm going to use the mirror the Count gave me as a deposit and buy one locally. I'm really sorry for putting you through all of this. I'll need to start making my way to the station now. I don't want to miss my train. Goodbye, everyone. Ha ha ha. I was observing, curious as to what manner of compelling drama might unfold. But alas, all I witnessed was that farce. How long has he been here? I heard from the fine gentleman who works at this establishment that your student's here for a field study, no? I hope you'll forgive me for saying so, but I believe it is these setbacks in life which make it truly beautiful to be alive. That comedy of errors may have been tough to endure, but your resultant struggle against injustice was simply breathtaking. Excuse me? However, alas, I must bid adieu, for my search can never rest ere the ultimate beauty is unearthed. I do pray we'll have the opportunity to meet again. Until such time, fare thee well, students. What was all that about? I think he was just trying to tell us not to let it get to us, maybe? We still don't know why he helped us to begin with. What becomes of this request now? Good question. There's no stone enough to make the ring. Does that mean we failed? No, you did exactly what we asked of you. It's unfortunate that these things ended how they did, but that was through no fault of yours. So please, accept your reward. But this... I understand how you must feel, but you did exactly what you were asked. You deserve nothing less than the reward you were promised. I must insist. Alright, thank you. So I just want to point out that, like, basically the guy didn't get the ring because he was kind of forced to sell, and I guess he didn't get enough money that he could just buy another ring, so he's going back home to put a deposit on the ring. That's really sad.